What's up, nerds? We are your hosts. I'm Jake.
And I'm Chad.
This week we are sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
We are also sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
We are going to be talking about Secret Invasion Episode 5, now streaming on Disney Plus.
We're also going to talk about the standalone origin episode of Adam Eve, which is part of the Invincible series, now on Prime Video, as well as some other stuff, San Diego Comic Con, things like that. So, let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd Podcast.
Nerd. Welcome back to the All Things Nerd Podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chadley, how was your week?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Didn't really do anything. I started reorganizing my office. I'm kind of shifting things around just so that for my day job, it feels more comfortable. Because right now I've got like stuff on that side of the room, stuff on this side of the room, plus my desk. So I'm just redoing it all. Didn't get very far. I did move a bunch of shit to my nerd wall, and I finally framed that picture. I've had the frame for almost as long as I've had the picture. This one, it was the artist drawing of all the Marvel villains
Nice.
that I got at the Twin Cities Comic Con.
Cool. Still haven't hung up my picture, I see.
Because I still need a frame for it.
Stupid shit.
And I still haven't gotten the second part to it from you yet.
Cool.
What about
Looks
you?
good.
How was your week?
I think it was fine. Not much, not a whole lot going on over here. We had a pretty crazy storm yesterday. Knocked our power out for a couple hours. Other than that, just been, that we Chad and I have been doing a sober thing for a little while, and so this week has been a lot of juice and water. Kind of good. Felt really good.
I actually bought Sunny D.
I saw that.
It was, I saw it and I was like, yeah.
What's your go-to? What's your go-to sober drink right now?
Either like sparkling water with like fresh fruit in it, or if I'm being lazy, cran apple juice.
Yeah. Cranberry juice was my go-to, just because it's what we had left over from the party, and I was like,
That
"Yo,"
sounds good.
like, yeah, and threw some fruit in it and squeeze a lime in there or something. But there is this amazing fucking pomegranate blueberry V8 splash that I found at
almost
the
bought
grocery
that.
store.
Then I saw Sunny D instead.
It's so good. It is so good. And Nicole hates it, so it's perfect because she won't drink it.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I've been going through juice in like a day.
That's a lot of juice.
And water. No, it's been like 2 days, but a lot of water too.
Yeah.
We have a lot of bottled water left over from the party as well, so
Get through it then.
yeah, I'm working on it.
Well, if our listeners like what we're doing over here and want to support us, the best way to do that is through buymeacoffee.com. It's a monthly subscription that helps us do what we do, but better. And that's buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Again, buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. So there was some cool things that happened this week, just in the world of entertainment. First off, Warrior still does not disappoint. That comes out every Thursday, or is it Friday?
Thursdays.
Thursdays on Max. Such a good boy. Yeah, this week's episode was fucking bomb.
Yeah, that was a dope episode.
That fight at the end was just...
Yeah. You know what the best part about it was? Mei Ling was only in it for like 30 seconds.
I know you don't like her character.
She's so annoying.
Her character is super annoying.
Yeah. He even says it, like when they go to like meet up or whatever, and he's like, I know she can be kind of a bitch, but
think he calls her
That's
an
funny.
asshole.
Is that what he said,
Yeah.
asshole?
He's like,
Yeah.
I know she
And he
can be an
says it
asshole.
like right in front of her too.
Yeah. Like,
Excuse
doesn't
me.
hush his voice, just like turns his head.
It's great.
Ugh.
Yeah, the fight at the end was insane.
Yeah.
Um,
I like when Young Jun turns to his dad, who we didn't know if he was going to stick around or not, and still might not after how
yeah,
this episode ended. But he's like, "Yo, Dad, where did you learn how to shoot like that?" He's like, "It's a shotgun. You point and shoot."
yeah,
But he was like headshotting dudes. Like, I was like, "Holy shit!"
yeah. It was a fun episode. And then the suplex.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
That's,
moments after the dude to Assam is like, "There is no God," and then he suplexes him onto a cross and just fucking
impales
gores
him.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After like stabbing him like 5 times.
Yeah, he was dead either way. He was just gonna
Yeah.
bleed out a little
It's
bit
like that
slower.
that last stab was like right to the heart, and then he like twists the knife and drags it,
Yeah.
and then he picks the dude up and is like, "Yeah, just for shits." Good. I was really I thought because the guy was still like looking at him and like breathing and like said something to him. I honestly just the way he was like leaning back, I really thought Assam was gonna fucking like, "Huh, bam," and like kick his neck down.
I did too, or slit his throat or something, and he just like
Yeah.
looks at him and leaves, and I was like, still a baller move,
Yeah,
but I
still
was
baller.
expecting something more gruesome.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty gruesome.
Oh yeah.
I was just hoping. I wasn't expecting more gruesome. I was hoping for more, but
Yeah.
it was still dope.
In the when Young Jun was about to die, and the the mother of the child comes in with a fucking pickaxe, hooks it into the side of the dude's head, and just nothing's left.
Yeah,
It's like,
it was awesome.
damn.
That was cool.
Oh,
Anyways,
such
if
a
you're
good
not
show.
watching that show, you are missing the F out. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, they're on season 3 now, so
And oh god. And potentially season 4 coming.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They're building so much still. There's
Yeah.
no way that the season wraps up the entire show. I mean, there's been petitions for season 4 before season 3 was released.
Yeah.
They were
Even
like,
out.
yeah. Ugh.
Um.
2 big movies came out this weekend.
Which ones did you watch?
Yes. Neither of them. I haven't
Barbie-
seen either of them yet, unfortunately.
Barbie and Oppenheimer
Hmm.
both came out. I actually, I think it'd be really funny if we went to see at least one of those together and order the Barbenheimer t-shirts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I really want to see both of them. Oppenheimer, it looks amazing. Downey said it's the best movie he's ever worked on. And Barbie looks fucking hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're fucking
A snowflake.
sucking Donald, I was gonna say sucking Donald Trump's dick, then uh, this movie looks great. I can't wait to see both of them.
I just love the people that are like, oh, it's feminist wokeness. And it's like, have you not paid attention to Barbie since the 1950s?
Yeah.
It was literally a toy to teach women that they can be doctors and
Mhm.
police officers and lawyers and fucking
Mhm.
anything that they want to be. This isn't new.
And just to argue with anyone who's going to say this, not that any of our viewers would, but maybe, but a lot of people say like Barbie is like an unrealistic like standard of like women should look like and blah 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 blah. He-Man.
Right.
He-Man. If you don't know who He-Man is, look him up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
And also because of this movie, like, it gives at least more realistic proportions,
Mhm.
you know, waist to hips, and stuff like that. And yeah, that's been an issue in the past with Barbie, and we totally understand that, but outside of that, I think the more important thing is what it says to little girls about what they can do,
Hmm.
and boys. Boys like to play with Barbies too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
And Oppenheimer. I
yeah,
mean, fuck. No, we just didn't really say anything about it. I
yeah,
just really want to fucking see it.
yeah.
It looks amazing. The
Looks
cast
incredible.
is incredible. Yeah.
What's crazy is that they filmed the entire thing in less than 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 57 days worth of filming.
Did you see there's like those question things where they like pull the tab and,
Hmm.
you know, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the autocomplete
Yeah, it was
interviews.
Christopher Nolan and Downey did one. And
Oh, I haven't seen
it
that one yet.
one of the questions was what would a Christopher Nolan Avengers movie look like? And Christopher Nolan was like, way less CGI for starters.
Yeah.
And two, he was like, after working with Robert on Oppenheimer, he's like, I'm pretty sure that Tony Stark would run away with the movie. And Downey kind of looks at the camera and he goes, didn't I do that already?
Yes. Yes, he did. Ah, RDJ, you are a national treasure. We mentioned
Watch
it.
it now. That man's a national treasure.
What do you mean, you people?
God damn it. I'm sorry. All right, go back to what you were doing. I just
I'm a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
You're a fraud, you know. No, now you got me on it. You're a fraud. You're a fraud too, you know. He's right, you know. He takes his fucking wig off and his contacts out and he's got blue eyes. He's talking all Australian and shit.
Uh,
Fucking A. Hey, guys,
uh,
we gotta move on. Move on.
yeah,
My
we
bad,
we
my bad.
mentioned last week about how now the Screen Actors
Brown cow.
Guild, how now brown cow, um, how the Screen Actors Guild joined the Writers Guild to strike for better conditions for working actors and writers. That still continues, and because of that, San Diego Comic Con was. I mean, I'm sure it was still an incredible place to be.
Mm-hmm.
A chance to see a lot of independent artists and stuff like that. But there wasn't much for like Hall H presentations. I don't think Marvel even did one.
They didn't.
I know that there was hardly any panels and like keynotes and stuff like that because a lot of those actors are part of the union, so they weren't there.
Which means we did not get any trailers. Not really.
Not really. We did get one though for Invincible season 2.
Woo.
Gonna be fucking awesome.
The name list that is getting added to like the voice actor list that's getting added to this season is insane. Um,
Yeah, Chloe
some
Bennett,
of
Rob
yeah,
Delaney, Jay Farrow, Cleveland Berto,
Sterling K. Brown,
Sterling K. Brown, Peter Cullen, Tim Robinson. I mean, so many.
Tim Robinson or Tim Robbins.
Tim Robinson.
Oh, interesting. Don't know who that is.
Um, David Diggs is
Woo!
joining it. Ben Schwartz, Tatiana Maslany.
Ben Schwartz.
Yeah, Ben Schwartz is joining. Luke
Yo, I love
McFarlane.
Ben Schwartz.
The one that has me super eager, and I want to take a second to talk about it, is Josh Keaton.
Hmm.
Very prolific voice actor, but there's been rumors going around that Spider-Man might cross over, like an animated Spider-Man might cross over with Invincible.
Because they did in the
They did
comics.
in the comics, and we've already gotten in the trailer. There is a clip of Alistair Levy or Levi. I don't know how to pronounce it or how it's pronounced. Who in the comics has the ability to push people into alternate realities, pull people from alternate realities, which is how
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man and Invincible cross over in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Keaton voiced the Spectacular Spider-Man back in 2008 for a couple seasons of that animated series run. And also, Sony and Amazon have already made it public that they've come to an agreement for some sort of crossover of intellectual properties. We, at that point in time, we didn't know if it was going to be, someone from like the Prime IPs coming over to Sony for crossovers or the other way around. But with Josh Keaton, who has voiced Spider-Man in the past, he also voiced the Spectacular Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse. So on top of that, this announcement, the fact that it's happened in the comics, and during the original teaser that we got a few months ago, where Invincible is talking to Alan, the alien, voiced by Seth Rogen, where they're sitting in the diner, and he's like, "What are you doing on your phone?" And Invincible quickly like covers his phone. Half of his screen is showing, so you can't really see exactly what's going on. But if you line it up with the comic book cover of that Spider-Man crossover, it's the same. You just don't see Spider-Man's face or Invincible's face, but you see like part of their bodies sticking out. So I think this is a real thing, and I think that's why Josh Keaton is being added to the voice list, that
Which
we're
is
going to
awesome.
get Spider-Man in it, which is, fucking awesome.
I hope it's like a longer episode too,
Yeah,
not just
or
like
like,
your typical.
2 episodes or whatever.
Oh yeah, that would be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. 6 to midnight. I
Hell yeah.
fucking hope that's. I think you're right. I hope that you're right. That'd be so dope.
I hope so too.
And this show has gained so much traction.
Yeah.
Like, I think when it first came out, I didn't even know much about it. I'd heard about it, but
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I watched it, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And you were like,
This is so good.
Chad, you have to watch this.
So good.
Yeah, it was fucking
And
awesome.
now we're both just like obsessed.
Yeah, it comes out November 3rd, season 2 does. We
On
did
your
get
birthday.
Yeah, my birthday.
Woo!
Woo! But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm gonna go back and rewatch season 1, and then I'm gonna rewatch the heart-wrenching Adam Eve origin story. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But,
I rewatched all of season 1 in one night while I was stuck down in the basement. I did. It was a lot of fun though, because I was drinking a lot of whiskey and I couldn't sleep. And I don't want to talk about why I was stuck down here, but I was actually stuck down here. And I just watched the entire first season of Invincible, binge watched it in one day. It was great.
God, now I want to do that.
And then, so moving on from Invincible, we do have a second trailer for the Marvels.
Yeah.
This wasn't a Comic-Con thing. This came out before San Diego Comic-Con. But
Well, I think they released it over the weekend, but it wasn't like a big thing. They released it on Friday.
Trailer 2, if you weren't I was sold on this movie when I heard about it, let alone the first trailer. I was like, this looks so dope. If you weren't sold after the second trailer, you gotta watch the first trailer. You gotta watch the second trailer. Like, holy shit, this movie looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
No offense, but if you don't want to see this movie, you're either
A bigot
you're just a piece of shit.
or a
Multiple
misogynist.
colored people and an all-woman cast. I don't want to see this shit.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's dick tastes like my dad's.
It's weird that 2 people have creamsicle tasting wieners.
This tastes like self-tan.
If I had a nickel for every time, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's kind of weird that it happened twice.
It looks so fucking good, dude. Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
I sent it to you and to Nicole. Sorry. Hold on.
Crunching some ice.
Yeah, sorry.
Nom
It's a
nom nom.
really, really bad habit. I sent it to you and Nicole, and when this movie comes out, my son will be here. And Nicole's like, we have to get a babysitter because you are not seeing that movie without me. So,
Good thing you have neighbors that have kids.
yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about it. Yeah,
Might not be able to do a Friday night because that's their
their D&D night.
yeah,
But
their
yeah,
D&D night.
Fridays aren't really my movie going night anyway. Saturday, I like to do, I'm more of a daytime movie. I like
Hmm.
to go like early on, get lunch, go see the movie,
Yeah.
full belly, couple drinks. You know, you go to a lot of them with me.
Indeed. I do prefer going to see movies during the day too, because then you have like time to like digest the movie afterwards. You get to relax or do something
Yeah.
else instead of like being like, okay, bedtime.
Yeah. Plus, like daytime moviegoers are usually like either older people or families. You go on like a Saturday, Friday or Saturday night, it's like noisy teenagers and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Not to sound like a 36-year-old, but
Fuck them kids. We also got a second trailer for the Spider-Man 2 PlayStation game. This game looks fucking sick. I'm pissed because it means that when she first started walking behind you, I like looked over my shoulder. And I was like, Katie.
I was like, what are you doing? She's just like looking at the wall.
This game looks fucking awesome. It pisses me off because it means I'm gonna have to buy a PS5 for it. But man, it looks good.
Yeah. And the guy who voices Venom is Candyman.
Uh,
If you ever watch
the
like the
from the remake or the original?
the originals.
Ooh,
Yeah,
because they did just remake
I know.
Candyman. Like,
With the guy who played Black Manta. I watched the
yeah,
remake. It was okay. And he's in it. The original Candyman is in it. It was in that remake, it was kind of a continuation where the original Candyman was like possessing people.
ah,
And at the very end of the movie they do show the original Candyman in a CGI form. It was a younger version of himself. But yeah.
Tony Todd is his
Tony
name.
Todd, yes, he does the voice for Venom in the game.
Okay, I
He's
see.
got a, if you know his voice, he's got a very menacing voice.
Yeah, and he also, like in the TV show of the Flash, voiced Zoom.
Oh, I didn't know that, but I can totally see that.
Yeah, and then he's
Yeah.
done some voice work as well. The one most recently that I saw was he voiced a character in Back for Blood, which was a really fun zombie game.
Hmm. You would also know him maybe from the first Final Destination movie. He plays, they don't actually say he is Death, but he plays Death. He's the guy in the morgue when they sneak into the morgue, and he's the
Hmm.
guy doing the autopsy on the body, and he's like kind of tells the kids like you guys cheated death and now death is coming for you, blah blah blah, and you don't want to fuck with that Mac Daddy. That's him. That's the guy.
Yeah, he's credited as the devil in those movies.
Oh, nice.
Um, well, in the third one, when they reveal who he really is. Otherwise, he's just called Bloodworth.
That works. I didn't know he was the devil.
Devil, death,
Tomato
whatever.
potato.
Tomato, potato. Also, we got more news about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Was that specifically a Comic Con thing, or did it just kind of come out at the same time?
I no, I think I saw it a few days ago, actually, before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell
But
us about it.
well, yeah, so we know that the Mutant Mayhem comes out on the 2nd,
Yeah,
August 2nd.
August 2nd.
We
So
we
excited.
will be seeing that together, just so
Hell
you
yeah.
know. Okay. And
Oh no.
and
Try convincing me harder, Jake.
hold on. We will be going to see that together.
Yes, Daddy. Sorry, Mom.
Uh, sorry, Mom. Um, sorry, Tracy. Um, um, but Seth Rogen it has said that they are also working on a continuation of that movie as a TV series as well. And I think that's awesome. Hey,
Get out of that garbage.
there's nothing even in there. I emptied it. She's just like licking like the inside of it for
What a
dogs.
weirdo. That'll be cool because then they can like when they get around to like the next movie,
Hmm.
like it doesn't have to continue from the first movie. Like they can do a bunch of stuff in between
Yeah.
and do that.
I think what I really like about it is I was watching the I heard it in my own voice. I got a little buzz going here. Uh, um, is that I was watching Seth Rogen talk about it, and he was saying, and I totally agree with him, is that they're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but in every adaptation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're not
Yeah,
teenagers.
they're like
They're adults. You know what I
18,
mean?
19.
They're like in the 90s movies, they're like young adults, but they were like adults, you know what I mean? And then the like the door stopper that goes like boing boing, she's fucking with that.
She's such a puppy.
And but yeah, so I'm really excited. And like the voice cast for this movie, they're actual like very young teenagers. I don't know their names off the top of my head, because I don't think they'd been in much prior to this. But
Yeah.
and one of the cool things that there's like a thing on it you can watch. It's like 15 minutes long where they're talking about it. But the kids were saying that like they were expecting to come in and like do this like you got to read from the script and like blah blah blah, and like when you normally read for a animated movie you do it separately, right?
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They put all four of these kids in the same room with four microphones. So like they're talking over each other, they're laughing and like joking with each other, improvising shit.
And could
And
play off of each other too.
they kept it all in the movie. They were like, this
Hell yeah.
is yeah. So all like during the movie there's like parts where obviously I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, but that's what they're saying. Is there's parts where the kids are like or the turtles are like talking over each other and like it's hard to like differentiate who's talking because they're
Which
like
makes
arguing with each
so
other.
much sense
It's
though,
awesome.
because
Yeah,
that's exactly how a group of like teenage friends or siblings
exactly.
would, well, in a healthy family dynamic, how they would they would act.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see like, and then like hopefully they'll like as if they make like more movies, that they'll make more like make them like older, like actually age rather than
Yeah.
like kind of like How to Train Your Dragon, where
Yeah.
like yeah, I would like to see that
That would be
like the
so cool.
progression. Yeah.
And then the last thing that we saw, and this was a Comic Con debut, is it's a Bollywood film, and it looks sweet. And of course, they have to have a token white guy in there, so they chose the best, Jeremy
I can
Irons.
do that.
But this is supposedly the biggest budget for any Bollywood film ever, and it looks super cool. I don't know. There's really no real dialogue in the trailer. There's a couple of lines. We don't know if there's gonna be like a traditional Bollywood like musical number. I don't think that there would
I
be.
didn't see anything like that in there
Yeah,
that would even
like
suggest that there
suggest
would be.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like a futuristic dystopian kind of deal. It kind of has like some Dune
It had a
inspiration,
very Dune feel to it, yeah.
but it looks sweet. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but looks like it's called Kalki, 2898 AD. It
All
looks
right.
super sweet.
Sorry.
That's fine. You have a puppy trapped in a room with you. I get it. I know that she's over a year old, but she's a puppy.
She's a puppy.
My dog is 5. She's a puppy too. An asshole, but a puppy.
They're all puppies.
They never stop.
That's
They never
yeah.
stop being a puppy until they're a senior dog, and then it's just an old puppy.
Nope, they're just puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, even old dogs. I'm always like puppy. Like when I
Oh,
was a
what a good,
mover,
what
when
a
I
good
was a
puppy.
mover and I was still like moving furniture and you go into people's houses and they got their dog like in a kennel or something. And I'm like, puppy. And they're like, no, he's not friendly. Like, I wouldn't, I'm like, it's a puppy. It's fine. Never got bit. Not once. People always say their dog's unfriendly, but it's because I think people are like, you tell them that, and then people are timid around it. Like, oh God, I don't want to get bit. And then the dog picks up on that energy. If you just go into it like, it's a baby.
Yeah,
They're just like, hi. They love it.
that literally happened. This is so off topic, but
Yeah,
this
sorry.
literally happened. This is going to be a long episode. This is good. um, just the other day, I was taking my dog out, and like 2 people were coming down the hallway, uh, or coming down the stairs that I had to go up. So like I moved out of the way and held Katie because she likes to jump on people. Like I know that you have your own sort of love hate relationship with my
I
dog.
don't actually. I don't actually. I just like to talk shit about
Yeah,
it. I
she's
do have a
she,
scar on my thigh from
she's
my
a
dog,
herding
but
dog, so she'll
yeah,
occasionally
she
nip
hurt me quite a
if
bit.
you're in her actual house. But other than that, she's great with people. She fucking hates other dogs. Very frustrating. Different story for a different time. These 2 people are walking down the hallway, and one of them is like, "Oh my god, what a cute dog!" and starts like walking up to her, and Katie's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna meet someone," and the other person was scared, and then just like ran past, and Katie's like, "Where the fuck are you going?" like barked. And the girl that ran by was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "It's because you ran." She was so excited to meet you. If you would have just like held back and just walked
That's
by
funny,
naturally, would not have happened.
right? That's funny.
Even her friend was like, "Oh, you big baby! Like, what are you doing running from this sweet dog?"
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, well, we took up a lot of time. Let's talk about our first sponsor, which is Ray's Energy Drinks. It's a pretty awesome energy drink with 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 crash. I should have stocked up on that before, cutting back on drinking, because I've had a caffeine headache for a long time. Um, if energy drinks aren't your thing, they've got a lot to choose from: protein-packed desserts, some plant-based options, supplements, the whole 9. Listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about the Adam Eve special episode on Prime Video. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Ray's Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Ray's Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
For anyone who listened to last week's episode, before we jump into Adam Eve here, we're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. Chad and I have been doing this sober thing for a little bit, and which is awesome, and we're going to continue that. But what we didn't really
Plan for?
anticipate, or yeah, the same thing, yeah,
Yeah.
realize is that we base this podcast around drinking and talking about nerd shit. And so last week we did not have any alcohol while we were doing this, and it was a little boring.
Yeah.
And we apologize.
And it's not, we're not trying to say like, oh, we need to drink to talk about
It,
nerd stuff, but we
yeah,
kind of like built our entire like episode flow and the
yeah.
you
Our
know
banter,
yeah,
like it's all based on just being a little buzzed and
and talking about stuff
it,
that we're passionate about, but
mm,
the buzz also helps us go on our tangents and
yeah.
dive a little bit deeper instead of just like reading our bullet points.
So for the sake of the podcast, we will only be drinking during the podcast.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we will be sober until, or at least for me, until my son is born. Chad can stop whenever he wants.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got a couple of things over the next 2 months that I'll probably drink a little bit for, but not gonna lie, I've also enjoyed not feeling like crap and sleeping well. So
great.
new territory for for us.
But for this Sundays, we're
Be
doing it.
Beha.
So that being said, get it.
Oh God, you dick.
We're gonna talk about Invincible Adam Eve. It is the origin story of Adam Eve. It's an hour long. It's on Amazon Prime. I thought I was not maybe gonna like it so much. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, because she kind of like, I mean, for the first few episodes of season one of Invincible, she was a pretty big part, but then she kind of like goes off and does her own thing.
Hmm.
I mean,
Which is why I thought this was gonna be boring
yeah,
because I just rewatched, like as I said earlier, the entire first season, like binge watched it, and that episode and a half of her like moving out to the woods and just like doing her own fucking thing is super fucking boring.
yeah,
And so I was like, this is gonna suck. But I'm gonna watch it for the podcast because that's what we had talked about.
yeah,
And it was actually really good. And I was not disappointed, thank
yeah.
God.
It was incredible.
Because I went to watch it, and Invincible's only, 30 to 35 minute episodes. And this was 56 minutes. And I was like, fucking A, it's an hour. God damn it. And then I watched it and I was like, that was really good.
Yeah,
Actually, I was like, that was really
yeah. Spoiler alert. Uh, this episode's fucking sad.
super sad. Her origin story is depressing AF.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And we already knew from season one that her parents are just dickheads.
Because they're not her parents.
Nope. And they don't know that either.
Nope.
It was
But
kind of like a switched at birth kind of deal.
it wasn't a switched at birth kind of deal. It was
Was.
a switched
Switched
at.
at birth.
It wasn't even a switched at birth. The way the her parents had lost their baby,
Yeah.
and Doctor whatever the fuck his name was put Adam Eve in their baby's clothing in the what baby ward, whatever. I should really know this shit. Uh,
Probably the
in the
NICU.
and
I mean, if the baby
and
died.
then the doctors were like, "Holy shit, it's alive," and brought it back to her parents. They're like, "Hey, we thought it was dead, but here she is. She is okay."
Yeah.
But it's not their baby at all.
Yeah. She was
What they
basically
didn't
a
say,
test tube baby. Well, not
what they
really,
s-
but
what they said without saying it is that that guy, what was his name? Fuck,
Oh,
Dr. Claiborne or something like that.
maybe.
Definitely wasn't that, but I said or something like that. Anyways, what they didn't say, or they said it without saying it, is that he switched those babies' bodies. So he took the dead baby
Yeah,
that those parents lost, put it with Adam Eve's mom, who was also dead, and then put the Adam Eve where their dead baby was, so that when the government that wanted Adam Eve,
Brandyworth. Sorry.
Brandyworth, that's what it was. So when he says he's like they didn't make it, and then he goes check the bodies, the government guy.
Yeah,
Then he went and saw that there was two bodies there. So he took the dead baby and put it with her mom,
yeah,
and then yeah, and switched them. So like they didn't actually go into it. They don't show it, but they imply it, that that's what happened.
yeah.
Pretty fucked up.
Super fucked up. Uh, but yeah, I mean, Adam Eve's real mother was, you know, they kind of show she was originally homeless. Brandyworth offered her money to basically experiment on her pregnancy.
She was already pregnant as a homeless person,
Yeah,
and then he gave her money and was like,
we're
"Let me
gonna,
fuck with your kid."
yeah. And she was like, bet. Um, sorry, super insensitive.
That's what happens in that
That
episode.
is literally what happened. And yeah, basically gave her like a super womb. And
They
then
messed with the amniotic fluid. They
yeah,
like supercharged it with like I don't know, cartoon
cartoon
stuff.
drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean she. But what he said later on, because like she can manipulate matter, you
Mhm.
know, turn a really disgusting looking sandwich. I mean, who makes a sandwich with cream cheese and olives?
What was that?
I don't know. Hey, have
Literally,
this
I was like, yo.
chunky curdled dairy and then add
Mm,
salt to it with a little bit of sponge. That would be the olives, the salty sponges.
yeah,
Um,
gotcha.
but
Yeah.
then she like changed it into a cheeseburger. And
Hmm.
we already know that she has that ability from the first season. You know, she can
Yeah.
turn droughts into, you know, flourishing fields of food,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
But I mean, it's really, really sad because like her parents don't understand because parents just don't understand. Will Smith. Uh,
You keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
um, but they're not her parents, so they don't really, they don't understand what's going on with her. Her best friend, she like reveals herself to her best friend. Her best friend is like, "Nah, stay away from me."
You're a freak.
Yeah, it was really, really sad. And then, I mean, fucking hell. She starts using her powers, and Brandyworth comes out of the woodwork, and he's like, "No,
Yeah. Stop it.
stop it."
And she's like, "What do you know, old man?" And then the government
Turns
a
out he
lot.
knew a little bit.
Yeah. Cuz then the government starts sending people after her. Uh like mutant children.
Her sibling
Mutant siblings, yeah.
children, because
They
surprise, her mom is not dead, but actually dead.
well, she's like in a vegetative state basically and just
Yeah, and
a
they're like
fucking breeder at that point in
in
time.
inseminating her,
Yeah.
trying to make her again, but they end
Yeah.
up making like
These mutant
me-
things that their skin like melts off of them, and but they could like fuse with other material
mm,
and stuff like that. And it turns out that she could do that if she wanted to, but Brandyworth like put like he upgraded her software basically with like a morality booster.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is such a fucking dumb
yeah, that
10
was.
second 10-second thing to just throw in there.
Hey, you know how you're like all powerful and everything, but you can't do this one thing? That's
It's,
because of me.
yeah, I put a chip in your brain that blah blah blah, and she was like, "Oh, that's lame." Okay.
And then she's struck by guilt and sadness.
She literally has to kill her four siblings.
Yeah. She doesn't realize that they're siblings until she's after she's killed two of them.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, don't do this. We're brothers." And she's like, "Oh no." And then they keep trying to kill her, and then she kills them anyway.
Yeah. And then she watches her mom like in this fucking back to tank straight
Yeah.
out of Star Wars.
Hmm.
Um
She gets shot,
yeah, from
and then
some
yeah, and then
General Erickson.
Brandyworth gets shot because Brandyworth finds out that the mom is still alive, and he gets pissed and he's like, "You monster!" and attacks the general, which we have to mention is Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
If any of you know who that is or don't know who that is, we did a big tribute to him on here. He was in the Resident Evil Netflix thing that got canceled, unfortunately, but he passed away.
Yeah, he was
What
also
was
in
the?
John Wick.
Yeah, he was the
Concierge.
concierge. Yeah. And then what was the video game thing?
Oh, what?
Oh, I
Oh,
forget which video game it was.
not Overwatch.
Look it up.
Shit. I got it. I got him
But yeah,
pulled up
he's
right
been in a
here.
bunch of nerd stuff, and this he had a voice role in this, which was
I mean,
awesome.
he was in Horizon game, Vox Machina.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Vox Machina, yeah.
what was? Yeah, he played the king. Godzilla versus Kong. Oh my God, what was the game though? I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, Destiny.
Destiny, yeah. But yeah, he was huge in the nerd world, and this was really cool that this happened. I
Postmortem.
mean, yeah, which is awesome.
I mean, obviously he just passed away this past spring.
Yeah,
A few months ago, so he'd already done it. So
yeah.
that might be his last.
One
Um,
of I think there was I don't know, but anyways, the general, the Brandyworth finds out that the general kept the Adam Eve's mom alive, and he attacks him. He's like, "You're a monster!" And while they're fighting, the gun goes off and shoots Adam Eve's mom in her tank, killing her. The general shoots Brandyworth in the head, killing him. Adam Eve has killed all four of her brothers at this point. Now she knows that her parents aren't her actual parents. Although the one thing that they did leave open is that they don't know who her dad is.
right, and she didn't.
So
She doesn't kill the general or that other doctor, but she
yeah,
like bypasses the morality chip
and
and
erases their memory.
erases their memory
Yeah,
about her.
it's super sad. And then she like goes home and she has like a picture of her and her parents that don't know that she's not their kid, and she like changes it to the four brothers that she just killed, Brandyworth and her mom.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's a important thing to remember going forward is that we don't know who her dad actually is, and he's still out there. So
and the fact that General Erickson and that other doctor are both still alive.
yeah,
There has to be, some sort of notes or anything like that they
something.
might regain that memory.
Hmm.
And obviously, the fact that they put this episode out leads us to believe that she's going to be a big part of
Yeah,
season 2.
they did introduce us to another superhero in this towards the end. Spoiler alert: Duct Tape Man. Uh,
That's funny.
I know.
Uh, Yeah.
It was Mark
Yeah.
before he got his powers.
Yeah,
Because
because
at the end of it,
they're like
what was
15
Mark
years
doing?
old instead
Yeah,
of seniors.
yeah. It was adorable. But yeah,
And he even
that's
comes down and is like, "If my powers never come in, I can still be Duct Tape Man because you can
yeah,
use duct tape for everything."
yeah,
And then Omni Man is like, "He's never getting his powers, right?" And she's like, "It's okay." Like his mom is like, "It's okay if he doesn't." And then she leaves the room, and he like gets mad, like he's gonna go slaughter them, and then he
yeah,
stops.
yeah. So
Had this not come out after season 1, but before season 1, you'd be like, it would heavily foreshadow the piece of shit that Omni Man actually is.
I mean, you didn't really need to foreshadow because he murders the entire Guardians of the Globe in the first episode. But
So good.
but yeah, fucking A. Check it out if you're a fan of Invincible. I feel like this is gonna come up later. It's gonna be an important thing later on. So check it out. And it wasn't boring. It was actually really good.
It was really good. It was really sad.
Isn't the adult version of Adam Eve is Jillian Jacobs, right? It's the girl who from Community.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, Invincible season 2 is gonna be awesome. We're just gonna go into sponsor number 2 and move on because we still have one more thing to talk about here. So, sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. Okay, friends, now we want to talk about the penultimate episode, the 5th episode of Secret Invasion, now on Disney+. Spoiler alert. That's enough time. Sweet. There was a couple episodes ago was quite slow. Shit's getting real.
Yeah, there's only one episode. This by the time this episode, our episode of this podcast comes out, will be the season finale.
Yeah.
Of this show, which is supposed to directly lead into
Armor Wars or the Marvels.
The Marvels.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because that comes out next. And Nick Fury is in that.
I assume it will affect the Armor Wars too because of what we know about Rhodey.
Well, my guess, if I had to guess, is that this Rhodey will die. And then the real Rhodey will come out and be like, fuck, damage control. And then that's what's going to lead to Armor Wars.
Armor Wars, yeah.
Which, is that a movie now? Or is it still a TV show?
Movie. It's a movie now.
But with like the strike and stuff like that, are they making changes?
I don't know.
See, if they would just pay the actors and writers a fair wage, we could have learned this at Comic-Con this past weekend. Do better movie studios.
Yeah.
And TV studios. And
just billionaires in general.
Yeah. If you don't want to pay them a fair wage, I don't know, take a submarine ride. Yeah?
We know a great charter.
Not submarine, submersible.
We know a great charter.
I mean, if you know how to play Need for Speed on the PlayStation, you'll do great. Because I hear the controls are the same.
Kinda. You have to get a special controller that's like the original controller.
Yeah, but I hear it does really good uh, under extreme pressure.
I don't know why they're not marketing that. The fact that
have
that
have you
controller survived
have you
is
seen
unbelievable.
someone did a fake controller review on TikTok and talk about how it handles well under pressure. Uh, as a
Did they
gamer,
play Under
you
Pressure by Queen and David Bowie?
no, they should have.
Oh, missed opportunity. Under pressure. Bum 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 bum.
There was a sorry, this is so off topic. Before we get into Secret Invasion,
It's fucking hilarious though.
there was a video. It was like someone pretending to like stream and like they're playing Minecraft, and they find this portal. It was like a new portal, and they get into it, and then they find themselves in like an underground box, or not underground, underwater box. Like they're in the sub, whatever. But as you go through it, like then all of a sudden at the bottom of the screen, a little pop up set pops up and says, "Controller disconnected." And just
I mean, realistically, if I have a game going on down here and I bring the controller upstairs with me, it disconnects.
right, but
What was the thought process?
well, it should have stayed connected to the thing that they were inside.
And what was that thing connected to?
Fair. I mean, it probably had its own generator and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
I
What
mean,
was it connected to? A satellite? A boat? What was the boat connected to?
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get into it. It
Ugh,
died. It's funny.
eat the
Whatever.
rich.
Let's move
Um,
on.
Secret Invasion Episode 5. Gravix has some uncalled for BDE. He's just swinging it.
He's roid raging a little bit.
It definitely is. Um, Literally kills another Skrull in front of like a crowd because they failed him and spoke out against him. And then that causes a mutiny against
Mm.
Gravix. Um, but then he
To
kills
which
all of them too.
I was like, to which he roid rages even more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, literally, have you ever been to the gym where like somebody like is like those big dudes who are really not that big, they're just kind of fat, but they like scream so you get all their attention.
Yeah.
Nicole saw him. He like does that. He's like, "Whoa, who wants some? You want some of this? Do you want some of
See what you get.
that?"
See what you get when you mess with the warrior.
That's great. He literally does that though. I mean, yeah, they attempt a coup. It does not go well for them, unfortunately.
See, coup is spelled a lot like coop,
Coup.
and the coop turned into an oop. I'm glad you laughed because as I said it, I was
That's funny.
like, "That's not as funny as it was in my head."
I thought that was
But I'm
funny.
glad that it was still funny for you because that means I didn't completely botch that.
Yeah. Um, doesn't go well. They all
No.
die.
Yeah. And then, sorry if anyone heard that. My computer, for being on Do Not Disturb, seems to like to disturb. Um, but we also see Rhodey now is going to the president, who is in surgery, to instead of finish the job of killing him, to be like, see, aliens, bomb them
Mhm.
on Gravik's command. He's like, yeah, we're just gonna like bomb all of our peaceful people, and the people
Yeah.
that want to fight will live because they'll be with me.
We got a pretty intense scene out of that though, because as the president's going into surgery, Nick Fury grabs a chair, pulls it up to the door, and sits down. And he's like, "Nobody's getting past here
Mm-hmm.
through me." And Rhodey rolls up, and Nick Fury is like, "Nah, son."
Yeah.
Pulls his gun out, puts it right, slams him up against the wall, puts his gun to his head, and they have like an intense moment where Rhodey's like, "We know now that Rhodey is a Skrull.
Yeah.
We don't know where the real Rhodey is. We assume in one of those pods, uh, in Gravix, like,
New Scrollos.
yeah, um, but yeah, Fury is about to kill him, and he's like, "Hey, man, pull that trigger, and this dude is gonna shoot you before before he finds out what's going on." And blah blah blah. It was intense.
Yeah.
I wish he would have pulled the trigger, but I'm sure they have something better planned. We only have one episode left, so they better do something big. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get pissed.
I'm sure that this Rhodey dies.
Yeah.
He kind of has to, right?
Hopefully at Nick Fury's hands.
Oh, I hope so. Fucking
Yeah.
hope so. Oh, yeah. And then also, Gaia goes to Priscilla, Fury's wife,
To bury
um,
her dad.
to bury her dad. It was very touching. But also, Gaia talks to Priscilla and is like, "So you didn't kill Fury like you were ordered to, but now you're waiting here for Gravix to come and murder you? Like,
Mm.
why would you disobey that order but not this one?" And she's like, "I like this house." And it turns out because it's a fucking armory.
Hmm. I
'Cause-
liked I liked the part where Gaia says to her, well, Priscilla's talking about how she used to sit and watch Nick Fury because they're married, like sit in his office or whatever and like read books, and she was like, I would just sit there and watch him for hours and like love that. And Gaia was like, did he ever watch you in your natural form? And Priscilla's like, bitch, that's none of your fucking business.
yeah. And
Like,
then
who the
Gaia's
fuck
like,
do you...
"I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." She's like, "Well, you did mean to, so
Yes, you did. Yeah, exactly. I fucking love
watch
that.
your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Keep my husband's name out your motherfucking mouth."
You're a fucking idiot, but that was amazing. That shit was so funny. No, I love that. I love that she shut her down like that. That's
Yeah.
none of your that's none of your goddamn business. And she's like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to."
And she's like,
Yes,
"Yeah,
you
you
did."
did. But you don't know the first thing about this."
Love it. Yeah.
I do
Because if
really
it-
like how now that she's not being cast as a blonde mother of dragons, she's got short brown hair, wears a leather jacket, and uses a sawed-off shotgun in everything else.
Yeah,
Terminator.
I was literally gonna say that as much as I do love Amelia Clark,
I do too.
I do. I love her. But seems to she just can't seem to escape that I'm a brat
Yeah.
like role.
The Me Without You, I think.
Like I'm just like an entitled little shit and blah 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 blah. Like
Yeah.
it's like you're like 80 pounds.
She gets like typecast when it comes to action,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. That's
um,
what it is.
into
I
that.
love Amelia Clark. I've seen her in things that I really enjoy,
Yeah.
but the typecasted roles for her like this, in Game of Thrones and shit like that, like she's just like a bratty teenager, and it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is frustrating, but their fight is dope. I mean, they've
That was
got like those infantry backpacks,
Mm-hmm.
basically with it's got the chest plate on it with guns. The side pocket has a shotgun. Like that shootout was fucking dope.
It was cool, for sure.
Yeah. And then they part ways after that, and I'm sure that we haven't seen the end of Gaia yet.
No,
But then
I actually hope to see her later on. I do like her. I do like her. I just she's better now towards the end of the season, but in the beginning, she's just I
I think
hate bratty. I hate
Talos's
bratty. Yeah.
dad, or Talos's
Death.
dad, Talos dying, her dad, uh,
Yeah.
changed her perspective.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm excited for it. And then also like Gravix is after it's called Harvest
Hmm.
to go with the Extremis. So
Oh, suit up.
the full Super Scrolls from the comics basically, but
Hmm.
instead of the Fantastic Four, it's the Avengers, um, and all that. So yeah, but Fury
Base,
goes to one of his
yeah.
many
Well,
grave
so
sites.
hold on. For the in the first Avengers movie, after the fight, all of the Avengers had basically spilled blood on the battlefield. And there was a team of people that went in and collected their DNA, the Avengers DNA.
Well, they even
Um,
they talk about the battle, like the end game battle too, because he
mhm.
mentions Carol Danvers by name as well.
Oh, was it Endgame? My bad. My bad. It
Well,
was
he said the Battle of New York also.
okay, yeah. So they have all of the Avengers DNA, and that's what this vial is. And this is also what is giving the Super Skrulls their powers, which
Well, Extremis is what's giving them their powers, but they want
well, Gravix
more
has
superpowers.
other shit, which I don't think
Oh,
they've gotten into it yet because
he might already have. It looks like Groot,
yeah,
who
Groot or
was
whatever.
present at that battle, so he might
Yeah.
have some, but not all of them, because Gravix
And
was part
also
of that
the
team.
maybe some Hulk in there too,
Could be.
because he like got big
Yeah,
out of nowhere and it was like, ah!
yeah, that's very true.
Sorry, Nicole's home and the dogs are just like outside. Luckily, my door is closed, but it's just like it's a fucking tornado out there. Um, but yeah, so that's what this vial is. That's all
Hmm.
I was trying to do is give context to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fury goes to one of his many grave sites. This one is in Finland. And I didn't look up the actress's name, who plays like the British SIS officer. Well, now the leader, because
Mhm.
she outed the leader of the SIS um, as a Skrull. But confesses to her basically that his wife Priscilla is a Skrull. That's why this is so personal to him. And then,
Olivia Colman.
yeah,
She plays Sonia Fallsworth.
Fallsworth. That's right. Uh, she's also in Hot Fuzz, which is what made me rewatch it. But we'll get to that here in a minute. I was like, she funny. Um, but we get a Nick Fury suit up.
Mm.
Like, I get it because like that's a big thing for every superhero, and this is like a Nick Fury led
Mm.
show. But I mean, his secret compartments, other than that vial, are so useless. Not to mention the fact that he has three things. He has an eye patch, a pistol, and a black trench coat. Oh, and a purple beanie.
And a purple beanie.
You're right. But
Fucking hilarious.
they're
The
all
suit-up scene
in
was literally
different.
just,
They're in different vaults
and he had to access each one
individually.
individually. It was like, ugh. And then it got your music, and it was like trench coat, gun, ugh, eye patch. Oh no, it was box, and then you, eye patch.
And what's super fucked
I
up was
died
if
laughing.
it was
I died
hilarious.
laughing.
But what's funny is if instead of because the trench coat was like rolled up,
Hmm.
so it took up a ton of space. If he would have folded it, he could have fit the gun and the eye patch on top of it.
But what if somebody found that, Chad? They couldn't access all of that and become Nick Fury. Okay?
The only thing that people would be after out of those three would be the fucking gun.
It was ridiculous.
Like, they made it super dramatic, and I get it. He doesn't have, like, a super suit, whatever.
Yeah.
Where
is my
super
super
suit? Yeah.
Also Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. It's for the greater good. I am the greatest good of your life. Woman, where's my damn super suit? Also Disney.
It's so fucking funny.
But
Where is my super suit?
it's just
Motherfucker!
well, the F-bomb has officially been spilled in the MCU, and Deadpool is on pause because of the strike. If we don't get him saying motherfucker once, I'm gonna be real mad.
He almost did at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, but then they cut
Mother.
it. Yeah.
Still, buddy.
This show is awesome, though. Everyone should go watch it if you haven't yet. I mean, we've told you a lot about it, but like, still go watch it. It's a
But
good
that's
show.
your own fault because we gave you a spoiler warning and told you to go watch it before
Every
listening.
single time.
So if you listen to this before you watched it, we love you, but you're an idiot.
Yeah, we love you, but shame on you.
Yeah.
Bad. Oh,
Oh, but before we close out this episode, we are going to talk about our honorable mentions. Chad, what do you have?
well, like I mentioned earlier, I rewatched Hot Fuzz. Fucking love that movie, man. It's so
Yeah.
funny. And then I finished the Crown of Candy season from Dimension 20, which was awesome. It was a really good. It was a fun campaign to watch. What about you?
Nicole has never seen Inception, so we
Mm.
watched Inception.
Great movie.
A lot of fun to rewatch that movie. And the other one, what do we mark it? What the
Mhm.
fuck? God damn it.
Hotel Artemis.
Is it up there? Oh, Hotel Artemis. Yes. Thank you. Hotel Artemis. It was fun. It was an interesting like take on kind of like Assassin's Hotel, which we see in like the John Wick movies.
Mhm.
The cast is insane. Dave Bautista, Jodie Foster. Well,
Not a fan.
not a fan. Zachary Quinto, Jeff Goldblum.
Ooh, Zachary Quinto too.
Yeah, bunch of people. I mean, there's a shit ton in there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I forget that. What's the guy's name who plays Fastos in Eternals?
Brian Tyree something, right?
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, he's in there. Sterling K. Brown. I mean, the cast is Charlie Day is in there. I mean, it's
Brian
and he
Tyree
plays-
Henry. Sorry.
And he plays. I mean, Charlie Day plays just a pompous ass. It's hilarious. It's very fun. It's a fun movie. Check it out. I slept on it for a while. I kept seeing it like on my like watch list, and I was like, I don't know. And then Nicole I told her to pick a movie the other night, and that's what she picked. And I was like, I've been circling around that movie for a while, and it was pretty fun. So, yeah, that's what I got.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
I gotta watch that.
My Adventures with Superman. I watched the newest episode today. So
Yeah, I need to get caught up. I haven't watched the past two.
it's still fun, but it's just so lighthearted. I want darker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Well, if you guys are still here and like what we're doing, it'd be really cool if you gave us your money and supported us. Just a slight whisper in the wind.
It was your.
Yeah, give us your money. That'd be fantastic. The best way to do that is through buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Uh, there's a couple different options to choose from, starting as low as I think $5 a month. Um, just a great way to support the show. Everything that we get, we put right back into the show. We don't pocket anything. It just allows us to do cooler things, more things.
And you get cool shit for giving us. It's not like you're just giving us your money and not getting anything out of it other than our beautiful voices. You get shit
Dulcet
for
tones.
for giving us your money. We give back.
We give it back. Yeah, you get some member exclusive merch, some behind the scenes, first looks, first early announcements of upcoming things, as well as once there's enough people in this particular tier, because like we said, there's different tiers. Then there'll be like a kind of like a group chat with everyone to talk with us directly and other fans of the show. That's
And
all there.
if you don't want to give monthly, or two options could come from this. If you don't want to give us your money monthly, you can go
Lame.
buy our merchandise as a one-off. We still profit off of it, even though we don't profit off of it. It goes back into the podcast.
Yeah.
Or
And you still get something cool out of it.
yeah, or go check it out in general. If you're wondering about like, why would I give these guys my money? Like, go check it out. We have a bunch of cool shit on there. Like, I'm not kidding. I buy stuff off of there.
Yeah.
Like, we have cool shit on there. I'm not kidding.
We need to update it.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to go through.
There's more stuff. And
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
One of my very good friends wears a pair of Chuck Taylors with our logo on it. I mean, and he wears that as his like
Normal
everyday
shoes.
shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, we have really cool shit on there. Check it out.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to subscribe, check out the merch. I mean,
yeah, there might be something for you. If there's not, then that's totally fine.
If you have suggestions, we're open to looking into getting something that you would want to purchase.
Yeah.
Like,
hell
hit
yeah.
us up.
Sorry,
I jumped in there, but
no, that's a great thing to do. And if you do those things and you still are like, I don't know if I want to give them my money, you call JG Wentworth because it's your money and you want it now. But then also share, and subscribe.
Whoa. If you don't chew Big Red, fuck
you. Prune candy. Yeah, no, share, subscribe. I mean, even that helps because it just boosts ratings and then it gets in front of other people. I mean, we've been saying this for months. We're still not quite ready to announce everything that's coming, but
it's a work in progress.
Yeah,
The work is a little harder than we thought it was going to be, but we're still doing the work, and we're very excited to announce it when we have something for you.
Yeah. I mean, we love you, and Jake, bring it home.
This is the All Things Nerd podcast.